What's up, everybody? Second video here in English. This video first is is dedicated to my friend Vladimir, because he's a natural bodybuilder, and I'm doing this video because I'm just not giving only him some types, but for the other persons that go to bodybuilding, powerlifting, MMA, and all the stuff, I'm gonna talk about the three basic exercises, the compound movements that we call the squats, the deadlifts, and the bench press. So some people say that the squats, the bench press, and the deadlift, they say they don't give you any results, but something that we have to recall is that all the athletes and all the, especially the power lifters, the bodybuilders, or the MMA fighters, or the box fighters, the Muay Thai fighters, all the Olympics too, they do this basic exercise. Here in Brazil we call basic liftings, the squats, the deadlifting, the bench press too, because they are compound movements, and I'm gonna talk especially which one exercise uh, it's gonna be the best for you, but what's best for me is not best for you. But anyway, each exercise, these all compound movements, what they do, they just recruit more mass muscle, and and give very good results. And this compound exercise is very good for you because we have you can work your core too, the core exercise, the core, the abs, you can work on the abs. We have some myths that about squatting. The people who have joint problem about squatting and all the stuffs, that's myth. You can squat. Squat's the best exercise, and it's the most exercise that I ever know and I ever apply to my patients. I ever apply to my to I give tips to the person that squats, it's always the best for the quads, um, the deadlifts too are the best for back exercise too. It's good for you to build the posterior leg, the especially women who wants to build a butt, women always want butt, you know the gluteus exercise. They do a lot of gluteus exercise, but they forget about the deadlifting too. Um, and the bench press that the guys always love. The bench press. How much you lift, how much I can put on. I am the best because I lift like 100 pounds. That's you know. So the squats, it's the it's the natural exercise. The squats are the best exercise, not only to build legs, just the posterior chain, the anterior legs, the hamstrings. But with heavy squats too, you can build a good lower back, especially the paravertebral regions, that's close to the vertebral spine, that the V shape on your back, the V shape. So if you got a V shape, the most exercise that can build a V tape, in the back, is the squats, a head squat. Squats, about squatting, the sometimes some people just like to bend like 90 degrees, and then sometimes they like to bend all over the ground. The best is to go all over the ground. Why to go all over the ground? Because you know we have co-activation of both muscles in the squats. But if you go all the way down, you just stretch. You stretch your quads, and then you work on your posterior chain, and then you lift up. You're gonna work the quads too and the posterior chain too. So, and after all, the grip of the squats, it depends on how big you are, not only muscular but size too. Height. If you are too height, you have to open very much your arms. Or if you are a short person, but the position, the real position of the squats is like 3 or 4 inches for your shoulders, right? So the squat is very good to build not only good quads and posterior chain and gastrocnemius and soleus, but it's good to the lower back too. You know, the variations of squats we got the front squat and the normal squat. The front squat, they in the practice they say you get a lot of quads. So that's it. The squats are very good exercise. And I'm gonna talk about the deadlifting. I love to deadlifting always, always, always. You know, the deadlifting. You especially if you lift it very heavy. You know, you can see your muscles working. You can see the results. You can see. You know, you can feel all the muscles working, your core region working, your shoulders working, your triceps, your backs working. That especially when you go like that, you, know, you know it's like, man, I love deadlifting. So anyway, the deadlifting, it's always the muscles that's going to work is always like the squats, but the difference about the squat and the deadlifting, in the deadlifting you lift more. The squats you can squat more too, but the deadlifting for a tall person, lifts more in the deadlifting than the short person, you know. But the deadlifting applies all. It's a functional movement too, because if you're going to pick up some box, you just pick up something at your house in your daily activities. You do that. You just go there and then just lift. About the grip, I I always like the false grip. The false grip that's like that. You grip the bar like that. I don't like that because some people sometimes they sweat in the exercise, or if you just going to lift like this, you just don't you have the balance. You just don't lose your balance on the deadlifting. So the deadlifting are the good exercise too for build the back muscles. The especially the traps too. They work a lot too. The traps, deadlifting too. They work a lot more than squats. They work a lot. You can feel if you lift very heavy deadlifting. You can feel this posterior chain and especially the gastrocnemius. The in the soleus too, but not too as the dead as the squat. So, but deadlifting, you lift, you just go to you can feel, you can really feel the posterior chain working. And And I'm gonna talk about the last exercise, the bench press. You know, the bench press are famous to the boys who always want to lift heavy, and they think the pectorals are going to work. Of course, they're gonna work, but it depends on the grip. You know, always when you're going to work out, you just have to remember anatomy. You know, you just have to pay. You just have to think about the action of the muscle. You know, for example, if you're gonna do a close grip on the deadlift on the bench press, you know, and you just stand your elbows, you're gonna work your triceps, right? If you are going to work on your shoulders, you just have to do a medium grip, you know. I'm sorry. The medium grip work the pectorals because you just have to do the adduction and the abduction, you know, of the pectorals, right? And the largest grip, you are going to work your shoulders, right? About the sumo deadlifting, is a very good exercise too, especially for working on the abductors and adductors, right? Because it's very important too, not work only sumo deadlifting, but the deadlifting too, because you can increase too a lot of weights, especially in the bench press, in the squats with the deadliftings, you know, because you are lifting heavy, you are going against resistance, and you know it's very good to lift on the deadlifting. I think all the people have to always do deadliftings because the number one exercise to give all the results, you know, and it 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 have less intensity than the squats because you can squat your your, I'm sorry for the the language, but your butt on the floor and then go up, you know. You have to breathe every repetition. You got to breathe very carefully, you know. But the deadlifting, you don't have to breathe like every time, you know. It's the I think for my opinion, it's the best one to work all your muscles and give you a performance athletic very good, you know, because it recruits a lots of muscle. So that's it, guys. You know, I'm so sorry because I'm a little nervous because my second video is in English. If I ever spoke some bullshits here, if I ever told anything that's nothing to do about the basic exercise, you know, just tell me, just comment, and I will work on this video later. Okay? So have a nice day or night, Vladimir. I wish all the best, man. Just keep up the good working. You know, um, I think you are on the right way. You know, and this video I'm doing especially for you, man, because you know I just want to help you wherever I can, because you know that's not only my duty, but you know I do this for heart. You know, I just like to do that. You know, if I ever want to promote health, I always say just go to the just go to the basic, just like back to the basics. You know, the basic exercise, the squat, the deadlifting, the bench press, and then you know you're going to stay not only lean and have definitions, but you're going to see your workout work a lot better. You know, you just increase weights, you just stay very focused. You know, so that's it. So if you got any question, doubts, or anything like that, or if you want me to do the next video in English, just please tell me about what the subject I want to talk. Okay? Hey people, I salute you from Brazil, wherever you are, like we Marco say. See ya.